Oh yeah, it's the end of week 2 on this carnivore diet, and I will tell you, I actually feel good. Last week I did my update and I was like, I kind of feel the same. This week I actually feel great. And actually, I work in the film business and our days are long. And I'm talking long, usually anywhere between 12 and 20 hours a day. I did 3 days of commercials. The first 2 days were 12 and a half hours each. And then the third day, yesterday, was 15 hours. It was a very long day. I will tell you this, just eating meat all day, I had a lot of energy and mental clarity. Like, it's really weird. Like, I would get up in the morning to get the kids ready for school. Historically, this is something I do. I like making their sandwiches and, getting their fruit together and all that stuff and packing their lunches. I would always be groggy in the morning, very groggy. Like, I wake up, get the kids up, start making their lunch, and then while my son's eating his breakfast, I would usually like sit down on the couch and just like close my eyes for 10, 15 minutes, and then it's just hard to get moving. I haven't had that. Like, this last week, it's been pretty eye-opening of how much energy I've had. I'm enjoying it. I like a lot of the stuff I'm eating. I mean, I just can't complain. I'm having a good time doing it. I don't feel like my diet's restricted. I know people are like, oh, that's an extreme diet. I get it because I've cut out all the garbage, but I feel good. Look, we did my measurements. I started off at 220. Now, before I started this diet, I would bounce around in the 220, 225. I actually did a physical about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago now, and I was at 230 point something. It was the first time I've ever seen 3. It was the first time I've ever seen 230. I've never hit that high, so it was kind of a low for me mentally, and I was like, dude, I got to get this under control. And when I did my weigh-in on day 1 of the carnivore diet, I was 220. So I tried to watch what I was eating over the holidays and not go crazy. So that's probably why. Maybe I caught myself on a good day where I was lower than normal of 222, 225. Maybe I took a poop. But I was 220 when I weighed in on day 1. And I weighed in last week and I lost a few pounds. Weighed in this morning, the beginning of week 3, right? So we got 14 days down and I'm on day 15. And my weight was 213.4.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen that number in years. 213.4. That's pretty damn good. And I felt good. And we took my measurements. I've already lost almost an inch on my neck, and I've lost 2 inches on my waist. I don't know if you can see, I have a kind of a big belly. And that's what I'm trying to get rid of. Trying to get rid of a lot of that visceral fat and try to eat through that. And losing 2 inches in 2 weeks seems a little extreme. But I'm happy. And I've actually had several people over the last week tell me I'm looking great, which is weird. Like, I know I haven't lost all these pounds, but I don't know. My wife even said to me this morning, she's like, you're peppy. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you're not usually peppy in the morning. You're peppy. And I was like, oh, I feel good. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? No, again, I have to reiterate, last week I said no heartburn. Still haven't had any heartburn. I'm satiated after I eat. Like, I feel good. I don't feel hungry throughout the day. And honestly, working on this commercial was a huge test because what they do in the film industry, and that was probably 18 years in this business, has killed me. They put out this table called craft services, and it's just a table full of food for the crew to come and munch on throughout the entire day. And it's always got shit like gummy bears, gummy worms, popcorn, pretzels, all kinds of potato chips, 2, 3, 4 ice chests full of soda. It's insane. And I know I've gained a lot of weight over the years just from just munching throughout the day. You're not even hungry, but you're just eating it because it's there, right? my worry was, am I going to have the energy, the stamina to be doing what I do, which is lifting 50 pounds, 75 pounds, 100 pounds all day long, building shit with metal, steel, all that. Am I going to be able to have the energy to get through a 12-hour day, a 15-hour day? And I did. I had a lot of energy. And actually, on day 2 of that commercial, I had a comedy show. If you guys have been watching, I had a comedy show afterwards. So after I got out of work, I had to drive 45 minutes to get to a comedy show, perform, and then drive 45 minutes back home. Now, I am the type of person who falls asleep behind the wheel. I get tired after a few hours and I just start dozing off. Now, after working a long day, having to take a quick shower at home and then rush off to a comedy show, I was like, I'll probably be fine going there, but coming back, am I going to get sleepy? It kind of made me nervous. I was wide awake on the way home. Last night, after my 15-hour day, I came home, said hi to my wife, and I was awake. Did my inversion table, hung upside down, took a shower, kind of just relaxed, laid in the bed, looked at my phone for a little bit, and then passed out. But I was awake. Like I was awake and had the energy to get through the day. So that's a huge benefit. Another big benefit of this carnivore diet, and I know this is maybe not directly because of the carnivore diet, this is my own personal thing, is I've always been bad at flossing. I'm just putting it out there. I've always been bad at flossing. Not that I would have never floss, but I'd floss if I felt stuff in my teeth. I'd floss, a handful of times throughout the week. I just didn't floss as much as I needed to. And every time I go to the dentist, the dental hygienist would go do all the cleaning and everything. He's like, man, your gums are bleeding. Like, you really need a floss, blah, blah, blah. So with the carnivore diet, one thing with all the research was people get bad breath. They get bad breath because they're eating meat and they're not taking care of their teeth. And I was like, dude, I hate bad breath. I hate when people are talking to me and they got bad breath. It's nasty. Like, I wish I could just go, dude, bro, you got bad breath. Like, I can't do that to people. It's rude. I've seen people do it, and I think it's kind of rude. But I don't do that. But at the same time, I don't like the smell of it, and I don't want to be the person who has horrible breath. So everything that I read said, make sure you take really good care of your mouth while you're on the carnivore diet. I mean, you think about like a vegetable rotting versus a piece of meat rotting. A piece of meat rotting is going to be way worse than a piece of fruit or a vegetable, right? So imagine that meat stuck up in your teeth. It's rotting in your teeth. So the benefit is I am flossing 3-4 times a day. Anytime I consume food on the carnivore diet, when I am done, I go to the bathroom and I floss my teeth. I took floss to work. I also have the little floss sticks in my truck. Like, just constantly flossing, keeping stuff out of my teeth. And then I'm using mouthwash. Someone told me the other day, mouthwash is bad for you. You know what, dude? Like, pick and choose your poison. I'm using mouthwash. I'll brush my teeth in the morning. I brush my teeth at night. But throughout the day, I'll floss. When I get done flossing, instead of brushing, because I don't want to brush 6 times a day, I'll just throw a little mouthwash in, swish it around. And my wife, she's like, dude, you don't have bad breath. And I was like, this is awesome, right? I'm taking care of my mouth. And another thing I noticed on the carnivore diet, I think I could count on one hand how many times I farted in 2 weeks. For real. Like, I am not passing gas. And I was talking to someone about this on set, and they were like, oh, that must be bad. And I was like, why? Why is that bad? Like, why, why my body's not building up methane and spewing it out? And I feel great. I'm having bowel movements as I should. They're clean looking, they're healthy looking. I don't feel constipated, I don't feel bloated. So after week 2, I feel great and I'm going to keep doing it. I think that's the point. I think that's what we're trying to get to. Chris, are you going to keep doing the carnivore diet? Yes, I am. One of my buddies hit me up, my friend Dan DiGiulio. He's been seeing some of my carnivore diet stuff, and then he hit me up and said he's doing, he's doing carnivore-ish keto, and he's been sending me some of the stuff he's been eating, and he's lost, I think, 25 or 30 pounds. He looks great. And him and I, like, historically, like, we're just bigger dudes, and he's lost a lot of weight, and he looks fantastic. So, am I gonna keep doing it? Of course I am. I'm gonna keep doing it until my body says, "Bro, what are you doing? Stop doing the carnivore diet. Eat some veggies, mother." um, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see what happens in the next week or two. But I'm excited. I'm excited. We'll test. Next week I'm going on the road for some comedy shows. I'll be traveling across the country, long drives. I can't just sit there and be cooking steaks and butter and all that. I have to now figure out, okay, am I going to like a McDonald's and eating 5 hamburger patties and cheese? I don't know. I have to figure out if that's even a good idea, or what are the best options if you're out on the road. You know what I mean? I can't afford going out and spending $100 every evening to buy a steak. I can't do that. And of course, going across the country, going into some other states, it might be cheaper too. But we'll have to figure that out on the fly. But I don't want to ruin this. I'm assuming 2 weeks in that I'm in ketosis. I'm assuming that it said some people go into ketosis as soon as 12 hours in their bodies, and some take a few weeks. But I haven't been consuming carbs and sugars, so I can't imagine my body not being in ketosis. But yeah, let me know if you have thoughts on that. Like, how long did it take you to go into ketosis? Do you know? Like, is there a way to figure that out? I did see they have this test at Target for, I forget the name of the test, but it has little strips in there. I think you pee on it or whatever, but it measures your ketones. So I don't know if I should be doing that just to see what my level is. If you guys have feedback on that, let me know. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be on this journey. As a comedian, as I say, sex sells. Me and my friends, we're always strategizing. How are we going to get to that next level? But that's a big part in entertainment. Sex sells. You gotta look good. You look good. You feel good. People are attracted to positivity. People want to be around good-looking people. People want to be around funny people. So if you can put all that together, it's just going to help you. It's not going to hinder you. I don't like going up there having this dad bod. My son has told me many times, "Daddy, you look pregnant. When are you gonna have a baby? Give me a baby brother," like that kind of crap. Like, dude, bro, get off me, dog. Like, and it's embarrassing to hear that. But also, this is a good example for my kids, letting them see their father transform and be focused and taking care of my body. I think it's very important that my kids see that, to see going from a slob to a rob. I don't know. Like, I was trying to think of something that rhymes. From a slob to a knob. No, knobs aren't good. Like, if I called you a knob, that means you're kind of like a fucking doorknob. You're an idiot. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for following the journey. Yeah, baby.